Welcome to the Weekend Wrap, the video version of the Weekend Wrap. Now, some of you know that I like to be a one-take wonder. We do this on the podcast. I tend to advocate and live by example, doing real life out loud. So unless the dog barks, things don't get edited much. But this is my second attempt at the video because I did have a list beforehand and I forgot to mention in the first version of this video one really new fun thing. And so I said, okay, Holy Spirit, give us a list. So I do have a list. If you see me referring to my notes, that's why, because clearly trying to keep things inside my head does not work. So the exciting thing that I forgot to mention, I should just say as well, as a quick housekeeping reminder, this video email goes to Blue House members. It also goes to those of you who get the love notes who are not yet members of the Blue House. So when you hear me refer to things that are inside the Blue House, that won't always be relevant for some of you. And when I refer to things that you need to do to join the Blue House, you see how it works both ways. Just that quick housekeeping note. So what I'm about to share, those of you who are in the Blue House who joined us for the recording on Tuesday already know this. But the exciting thing that I forgot to mention in the first version of this video is that we have just launched season 4 of the Youier podcast. And for season 4, we are back on YouTube. Season 3 was exclusively on the podcasting channels, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all of those good things. And it's still available via those spaces as well. But we do have the extra option on YouTube. So the fact that you're seeing this video on YouTube, somewhere underneath this, you will also see a link to the episode, to the first episode of episode 1 of season 4. Blue House members, remember, you get access to the full conversation. So we record the podcast content, and then at the end for season 4, we're having a little activation to explore together, as well as other good stuff. And so you'll know, those of you who are there, that we then did that together in community. So don't forget, if you're watching this, remember the whole replay is available to you in the Blue House library, and I will have posted about that in the morning room as well. And so I would encourage you, Blue House members, when you've watched it, do share what comes up for you, because it's more fun that way. You don't have to play it on your own. So that's the big exciting thing that I forgot to tell you. Other things that I did remember, but I have to repeat myself now. Our next one-day event is on April the 24th. It's always the last Sunday of the month, except for Christmas, because December this year, it's Christmas Day. We'll probably have a Christmas party or something beforehand instead. But we don't need to get ahead of ourselves. April the 24th, we're going to have 2 sessions again at 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. UK time. And I will, of course, translate that into the different time zones for you nearer the time, but you can also apply it if you want to. Our loose theme for April is around the idea of rest, Sabbath, anti-hustle. Now, the reason why I'm being quite vague with that, I did the same thing, if you remember, with Seeking the Kingdom. I had the barest bones of where we're going, and then Holy Spirit added more details as we went. But it was a conversation that we did touch upon a little bit in March's one-day event. We talked a little bit about Sabbath, and what if we lived a life of continuous Sabbath? We're gonna be digging into that more, and I'll be quite transparent. Part of this whole conversation has been inspired by an ongoing frustration of mine. Some of you know I had COVID and I'm recovering from COVID, and my energy levels are not what they were. And it's been a bit like, because I like to do the things and I get excited about the things. I'm really having to learn to respect my energy levels. And so that was when I first said, okay, God, what are we doing for April's one-day event? I'd like to know so I can tell people. The first word I heard was rest. I said, rest? Do you mean we're not having an event? He's like, no. And that's when we explored it in more detail. So in essence, it's, the world says you need to be busy, go. Hustle, there is a bit of an anti-hustle movement, even in non-kingdom principles as well. We are starting to recognize that hustling is not a good thing. But it's that drive, go, achieve, do more versus the kingdom's way of doing it. So if you are a member of the Blue House watching this, the link for that, for we are meeting on Zoom, it will be in the Blue House. Remember, it's not our regular Blue House Zoom room link, because the one-day event, is open to anybody who would like to join us. You can, if you want to, sign up just for the one-day event. It's the same link as always. I update the page to add the new month. So it's youier.com/one-day event. I think there's some hyphens in there as well. I will link to that underneath this video, of course. Remember, if you're in the Blue House, you're already invited. And if you know somebody, any of you watching, if you know somebody who would benefit from this conversation, please do invite them. The more the merrier, whether you come and join the Blue House and do it that way, or whether you simply come for the day. If you do come for the day, you will get access to the recordings as well. Very excited about that one and seeing where those conversations lead. Other things to remind you, the replays from March's one-day event are in the Blue House. So if you're not a member yet and you want to join us, you can do that, youier.com/join. You will get access to all of the goodness in the Blue House library, which includes the replays of our one-day events. We started them, I think, September, it was August, September time last year, I think was the first one. And we have them every month, apart from, like I say, December. You also get access to lots of other good resources. And more importantly, you get community. Plus, of course, access to our podcast recordings on Tuesday and the Rainbow Room. Don't forget, the Rainbow Room is now included in your Blue House membership. Blue House members who are here already, if you're not a member of the Rainbow Room, remember, you don't automatically get added to that. The reason is that I want you to be intentional, that there is a promise, an invitation that you are exploring with God. So you be intentional about it. You don't have to pay any more money. You simply have to go to the Rainbow Room and click request access, and then you are in. Magic. It is a manual process. So if I'm asleep, you might have to wait slightly. But that's all you have to do. Same for those of you watching who are not yet members of the Blue House. If you've maybe checked out the Rainbow Room before, it used to be a more expensive option. It's now included in your membership. Again, join us via youier.com/join. And then request access. There is a page which I will link to under this video, which has a video all about the Rainbow Room. What else? Okay, things coming up next week. We do have just 2 Zoom calls next week. We are meeting at 1:30 UK time, 8:30 a.m. Eastern time, 8:30 p.m. Singapore time to record the podcast and then explore things together. That runs from 1:30 till 3. And on Tuesday, no, that's Tuesday. On Wednesday, we have the Rainbow Room coaching call that runs from 2 until 3 p.m. UK time, which is 9 a.m. No, 10 a.m. 9 a.m. 2, 1, 12, 11, 10, 9. Yeah, 9 a.m. Eastern time, 9 p.m. in Singapore. Other time zones available. Of course, it's the same Zoom link as always, and that will be in the Blue House. 2 other quick things. Thing number 1, if you've missed any of the love notes this week, they are available in the blog, on the blog. If you're in the Blue House, they're on the Blue House blog. If you're not in the Blue House, they're on the Youier blog. You can, of course, enjoy them via Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all of that other stuff via the Sam Says podcast. And finally, you now have the option. Some of you, I know, get a little bit overwhelmed by email, particularly if you're already enjoying the love notes, either on the Youier blog or in the Blue House or via the Sam Says podcast. It might feel like overkill to also get an email about it as well. You have the option. I've set it up behind the scenes now. The next email you get, if you just, or any email you get from me, not from some random person, if you reply to that email and simply say weekend, please, you will instead then, you won't get the love notes Monday through Friday. You'll instead just get the weekend wrap, which has all of the goodness and keeps you in touch with those things that you need to know about. But I don't want you to lose access to the love notes. So if you're reading them in your email, please, or if that email is a reminder to go and read it somewhere else, then please keep doing that because the things that Holy Spirit shares, they make a difference. You know, they are reminders. Sometimes you might get new insights. So don't just get the weekend stuff. If you're not got another way to access it, because remember, you don't have to get overwhelmed. You can just like delete one or another one or another one. I am a big believer in not playing catch up. So please don't ever feel like you have to play catch up. With all of that said, that is a wrap. I shall be back on Monday with your next Holy Spirit love note. In the meantime, have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for watching this video, and I shall catch up with you very, very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.